Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Lady Gang. I am Becca Tobin here with Jack Vanek and Kelty Knight.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Celsius.
I just can't believe what's about to happen.
Oh, Mark McGrath?
Mark McGrath is going to be
freaking
in
out.
your living room.
Well, I wonder how stupid you guys are going to act.
100%
pretty
stupid.
dumb.
Yeah.
Because he's still hot.
full stupid. I don't know, but I haven't seen him in real life in a long time.
Well, I told you I saw them recently.
Yeah.
And he's still got it.
I know. Is he going to be in like a dickie?
I don't know.
He's not going to know that we wear sweatpants.
Dickie.
Like a dickie pant.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's not going
The Orange County way.
Becca, the grandma, she went to a dickie like a dickie collar.
Well, that's what I was concerned about. I was like, does he wear Dickies?
And a nice little sweater underneath it.
Honestly,
my God.
I almost bought a Dickie on Amazon recently.
I have one. Well, I got it for Christmas. I always wear them with a Christmas sweatshirt.
Like the little collared,
Yeah.
like button down Dickie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so cute.
because it's so uncomfortable to wear a button-up shirt under a sweatshirt.
I can't so much
layer.
bulk.
Yeah.
But did you ever see the Celine Dion documentary where she had that fabulous gold pantsuit and then she showed how they took it apart? And she hated also to wear a shirt when she was performing. So they had a Dickie and then they also had Dickie cuffs.
Yeah.
And they
Oh.
snapped into her suit jacket. And she was like, that's how it's comfortable for me. Because she was doing like that layered French fabulousness.
Yep. Wow. That's how to do it.
All right. Well, it's time for
Good week.
Yes, it is.
Bad week. Oh, no.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go, I guess. So my good week this is all Austin themed. We went to Austin recently and, it was such a quick turnaround. We only saw you for like 1 hour.
Yeah.
Which was kind of crazy.
In and out.
But Kelty and I flew together. And my good week it was so funny because Kelty ended up changing her flight very last minute. She was flying out on the later flight and she changed her flight to our flight first morning out because like that's how I do it. I take the earliest flight so I'm home and ready to go.
Yeah.
And it was just so much karma from the past when Kelty got the middle seat and like the last
34 E.
That was your seat?
Yeah, it
was my seat.
Oh, geez.
34E. Well, Chris and I were planning on staying and having like brunch with our friends and whatever, but we essentially were like, nah, let's just like get home for the day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's always the best.
So
you got the last two flights, or
we got
seats
the
on
last
plane.
2 seats and 34E.
And then you had to give Chris the good seat because he's large.
Yeah, I gave Chris the aisle.
God, I don't
Didn't
do
it
that
feel
to Jared. What?
Did it feel good?
Yeah, because we got upgraded to Comfort Plus.
Wow.
And we're like in the front ones, like, oh, you're almost in first
You're
class.
pretty much first class.
Yeah, like I could touch the seat.
yes.
And we had like the bulkhead seats. So it was kind of funny when you were walking past me.
Yeah.
I was like, bye-bye.
I know, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was great. Okay, so, well, I kind of have 2 good weeks. I don't know why that was a bad week. Something else that happened in Austin. So Jared and I go to a bar. We're coming back to the hotel and we're like, we really need water bottles. So we go to the lady at the front desk. There's a couple of them and Jared goes, oh my God, that girl's wearing a Taking Back Sunday t-shirt. And which is a band that like Jared's toured with a million times. They're like emo royalty. And he's like, let's go to her. I got this. So we go up there. I've never seen Jared do anything like this in my life. We go up to the front and he like leans on the desk like this. And he's like, hey. And she's like, hi, can I help you? And he's like, we need a couple water bottles. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, the water bottles are free. I don't know what he is trying to do right now. And she's like, oh yeah, like let me go and get some. She's like super emo. Like, and usually somebody like
Would
that
she know Jared?
Usually they would.
Okay.
But it wasn't happening for him.
Oh, no.
And then he goes and she brings him back and he goes, I like your shirt. And she's like, thank you. And then like gives us the water bottles and Jared was so defeated. He's never once in my life been like, oh, let me go like razzle dazzle this girl with my emo-ness. And it didn't work. And it was he was like kind of drunk. So I think that he just like had it in him. And he was like flowing his hair around and stuff, like hoping she notices him. And she didn't. And it was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. I was very shocked.
Especially with the hair.
I know.
It's like
very recognizable.
Although when I was driving home, I made an observation. There are so many long-haired men in Austin.
Really?
Probably more than LA.
Huh.
Because it's a very hipster music vibe. Because as I was driving away, because during the show you talked all about
Jared's hair.
He came up and like gave us a hair show, and we were all so envious of his locks.
Yeah.
And I was pulling out of the parking garage. I noticed like 4 men with flowing locks.
Yeah.
And I
Really?
thought, I do see this a lot. I just don't clock it. So
my dream.
It's just you could
Whoa, hello.
You could have cleaned up.
I love it.
It's like, what'd be so crazy is that, there's this trend, like I see it on Revolve, I see it on Urban Outfitters where kids are wearing like Nirvana t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like it would be so funny to have that happen to Dave Grohl. Like
my God.
someone's like wearing the Nirvana t-shirt, but they don't like even
Know who he
listen
is?
to Nirvana.
Oh,
You know
well,
what I mean?
that
Because like
happened-
I have a Van Halen shirt that I wear quite consistently.
Yeah.
And if a member of Van Halen came up to me, I would have no idea.
Yeah, no clue. That happens to Tony Hawk all the time. He like has a whole series on Twitter about how he like goes to like check in like for a flight and his name is like Anthony Hawk. And they're like, oh, like Tony Hawk, right? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, I wonder what he's doing. He's probably really old now. And he's like, that's
No.
me. And it's just like this whole series
Bummer.
about how people like don't recognize him.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Well, every time we get picked up in a car service and it's under Zach's name, the driver always looks so defeated because there's a football player named Zach Martin. So the driver will get like the manifesto and be like, I'm picking up Zach Martin. I hope it's so like the same person, even though it is a very common name.
Yeah.
But at least 10 times they've been like, man, I thought you were going to be the football player. He's like,
Bummer.
nope, not me.
Oh my God, I love it. It's-
Meanwhile, they probably fought over who was going to drive him.
yeah. And they're like, oh, a commoner.
Shit, the commoner.
Okay, I'll go. My bad week is that currently my dad is in his jorts and his dad gang sweatshirt that we made our three dads, only 3 limited edition. He's in my garage cleaning out my old paint at this moment, and we are awaiting Mark McGrath to arrive to my house. And my dad is here. It feels like I'm in high school and
Your boyfriend's
someone's
meeting you.
picking me up for a date and they got to
Yeah.
meet my dad.
Oh, no.
And my dad is literally like, I just went upstairs to be like, okay, Dad, we're going to head down and podcast now. He tried to hand me a box of hinges,
Oh my
like, cause
God.
he's cleaning the garage and he's like, okay, can you just put this? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm wearing my fancy sweatsuit. I
Yeah.
can't get dirty.
Yeah,
Is that what he's doing? Is cleaning your garage?
He's cleaning the garage, which is like the nicest thing
That's
ever.
a very hard job.
I know
I
he's
know,
going
and
through
nobody
and
wants
he's
to
like,
do it.
anyway, but Dad's here. Will we get through the day without my dad embarrassing me?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Like,
But I feel
does,
like-
but does he know who Mark McGrath is?
no, he has no idea.
But like,
Okay.
what if he
he's
busts
but
through?
that's the problem. There's a way to treat someone, and he's going to be like, "Well, what do you do?" Like he'll be that offensive guy.
Yeah.
and he'll be like, "Never heard of him." Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's going to do that. Okay,
Yeah, I love
that was my bad week. My good week is I watched the Megan Markle show.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
yeah.
It's exactly what you want it to be. You know what? She is not meant to be a royal. She's meant to make little avocado toast in the shape of ladybugs.
She's meant to be a 2016 blogger.
That's what the kids.
That is what the show is.
That is what the show
Like
is.
millennial core.
It is
Yes.
the palate cleanser of a lifetime. It's stupid. There's a part of it where she's like, my friend Daniel, her makeup artist, is coming over and I'm preparing a nightstand thing for him. I was like, well, I've never prepared a nightstand thing in my life. But she's like, she makes salted truffle popcorn for him. And then she's like, and then I spent all my time on the popcorn. So, and then she just rips open a bag
butter
of Trader
pretzels.
Joe's peanut butter pretzels and puts them in a bag and like labels it with her fancy handwriting. And I was like, she's one of us. But like,
So wait, is the story the show's just her like
It's a Martha
preparing
Stewart show.
It's
snacks?
her being like Martha Stewart.
Okay.
So like Daniel, the episode for Daniel is she makes him like he's gonna stay at the house. So she makes him a bedside blooms and water and carafe or whatever. And then they make candles together with the beeswax from her
her
house.
bees.
And then she shows him how to make like a 1-pot pasta. And then she makes him a cake, but she's like, it's so exciting when you make a cake and you don't frost the outside and you can see
It's a naked cake.
A naked cake. You can see the
okay.
edges. And then she shows us the flour sprinkles. And then the next episode, Mindy Kaling comes and she like pretends to show Mindy how to do a kid's birthday party. And it's just like, it's so dumb.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do any of it.
Yeah.
But it was very calming to watch.
I agree. So I spoke to a friend of mine who's a TV writer, and he was feeling really down in the dumps. He's currently on set of one of his shows. And he's like, I'm just so stressed and I'm just, it's a big undertaking. He's like, and then I turn on Netflix and I see Megan Markle's show. Like this one barely out for 2 days and it gets a season 2 pickup.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
like, I'm out here busting my ass writing plots
Yeah.
for like the Jesus. So he told me to watch it because he goes, I just need you to watch a show it's about nothing.
It's about nothing.
So I made Zach watch it with me one night, but I had the exact same experience where I didn't turn it off because I just thought this is very soothing to watch. Zach, on the other hand, was like, how bored do you have to be to do all of these things? And then I couldn't put my finger on why I couldn't fully love it and embrace it. And he goes, no one is that polite. Why is she so polite to the makeup artist she's allegedly been friends with for 15 years? She's like, could you please pass me the scissors? Thank you.
I think, okay, I had a feeling about this. I think season 2 is going to be even better. I think she was very nervous. Do you remember how, like, for LadyGang TV, when the cameras went up, all of a sudden we'd start we were debauchery, but like
she's done this, but they did the docu-series. They've done she's done so much on camera as herself.
Because it was even weird with Mindy. Like, Mindy would play with her. Mindy Kaling would be like, I will not be making ladybug little toasts for my children. She's like, you know, when you make the bacon for the kids, she's like, I don't make shit for my kids. And Megan could have rallied.
She just not have a sense of humor.
But she might be scared.
I have a theory. I think that that she deep down might have a lot of sass in her, not in a bad way, but I think there's a lot about her that's probably a little sassy, a little diva-ish, a little bit this, because you know, there have been rumblings.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I think when somebody is like that and they're so afraid of anybody calling them out for that behavior, they go in this entirely different situation because they don't know any other way to be.
Yeah.
Because she can't be her authentic self, because I'm sure it would be like one of us going and doing a show, but we wouldn't get picked apart for being a little cunty.
Yeah.
But she will. And so I think I've seen this actually with actresses.
Me too.
Where you hear stories about them being not the easiest people, and then when they do press, it is like watching a robot.
Yeah.
Yes. There's nothing human about them. They're very polite.
Yes.
And it's what we've done to women in society.
Yes.
I don't think that in some of them, maybe they are cunty bitches and whatever, but I think she just doesn't know how to. She's trying to be a person she's not.
Yeah.
Listen, Megan, if you're watching LadyGang, this is a PSA from us. I know you're not. We love the show. Please give us more flower sprinkles. Like, we are down.
Just say,
and
like,
just be yourself. We f***ing love you. We're here for you. You are where you're supposed to be. The TIG 2016 blogger.
This is your passion.
Make me a pasta. Make me a
that
balloon
pasta looked
cake.
bomb.
No, it all looked amazing. This is where you're supposed to be. You can relax now. You found your home. The world has put you through shit. You were in all these weird places.
Yeah.
You are meant to be in a Jenny Kane sweater making a one-plate pasta, and now you can say Becca?
That's it. You're right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just say once.
Just say once. Okay, so for my good week, there is this stupid thing in school, and by school I mean they're 2 and 3 years old, so it's daycare, where there's a class animal, and it's a giant rubber ducky named Quack.
Okay.
And it gets passed around from family to family, and there's a scrapbook. Cute. So you get delegated your week, and it goes home with you, and you have about maybe 1 or 2 weeks to take pictures of Quack at your house, doing things, activities.
It's like a flat Stanley thing.
It's flat Stanley.
Yeah.
And then put it in the scrapbook and, you know, write what Quack's doing. Ford and Quack playing with cars, whatever.
Sounds like you're so excited about it.
I'm so resentful. You should see my page. It's atrocious. So I'm looking through Quack and I'm just feeling all kinds of resentment. And then I notice one of the families brought Quack home, and Quack looks the same in every photo. Same size, same scale, same lighting.
They Photoshop it.
They had photoshopped Quack in every.
I can't believe you didn't think of that. You're a graphic designer.
I did, but then I thought it's going to take me as long.
Yeah.
Just set Quack on the counter next to some waffles.
Yeah,
like,
you're not like bringing him to travel with you.
No, and I was dying laughing, and Zach and I just couldn't get enough. The shamelessness of the Quack Photoshop.
Oh my God.
Honestly, I love this family. It's the daughter who bit Ford the first week of school, and I hold no.
Do you need like stickers and stuff for your page? Because I have so many.
I already turned it in. It's disgusting. You can't even read my handwriting.
Oh my
Most
God.
people printed it and wrote it.
Megan Markle would never.
No, she
Megan
wouldn't.
Markle would
Never.
die
Oh my God,
if
I
she
love
saw
it.
this.
Quack.
Okay.
Okay, so my bad week is okay. So we did a charity thing at Framebridge, the framing store in Austin, and we sent out Instagrams. It was for the fires, to raise money for the fires.
Oh, that's nice.
It was fun. It was a beautiful event, and we sent it out on Instagram, and You know, one of those times where the lighting is all wrong, the acoustics in a room are all wrong, the size of the room is all wrong, and the stimulation almost had me to a point where I almost had a panic attack in this room.
Oh, God.
It was, and the lighting had to be bright. Like, I'm not saying it's anything wrong with the store, but it was very small because it's a frame store.
Yeah.
And you have to see what you're doing. So the lighting, like, it's no shade.
Well, when you frame your picture
Tungsten.
of Quack, you need to know, like, is this the right color matte?
Exactly. But at the end of and I had been talking, and then women talking at that decibel in that room. I was I almost had a panic attack. And then at the very end of the night, these two girls kind of sauntered over to me, and I think what happened is they said they listen to LadyGang and they love LadyGang. And I couldn't give them anything. I just literally looked at them and I was like, thank you. Like, I was like a cartoon character.
You were Taylor Swift on the red carpet. As she walks the red carpet, everyone is yelling for her, and she just goes, hi, hi.
That
and she's
was
like
me,
dead
yeah.
eyes. She's like not even in her body.
No, that was me. And I hate comparing myself to Taylor Swift because I don't have fans. But the listeners, I usually like to have a moment with a lady because they're our community.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly certain they came out to this event to support me and to whatever.
Aww.
So I am sorry if you're listening. It was two really cute girls in Austin. I was on the verge of a mental breakdown. So
I love that.
Find me again.
You know, next time you want to take a picture with her, just Photoshop her in, Quack style.
Quack.
Absolutely.
Okay, coming up every morning, there's a
Halo.
The Lady Gang.
See, I'm already.
She's so nervous.
I got you. What do you need from me?
Here we go. LadyGang listeners, today we have an icon in the house because we just want to fly. Three-time champion of Rock and Roll Jeopardy on VH1. You know him, you love him, and chances are you've belted out one of his songs at full volume at some point in your life. You've dated a man who had frosted tips, and you did it so you could close your eyes and pretend you were making out with him instead. You love a dicky pant. He's a rock star, TV personality, all-around legend who's been making us smile since the 90s. And that's right. We're talking about the frontman of Sugar Ray, the man behind hits like Flying Every Morning, and someone who basically defined the soundtrack of our youth. He's also a TV host, has his own Sirius XM show, and is an actor appearing on Workaholics and The Neighbors. And whether he's gracing our screens on Celebrity Big Brother, being a guest judge on American Idol, he is gonna be busy at the beach. That's right. He'll be making an appearance headlining Lady World this year. I cannot believe that he's in my house right now with my dad cleaning out my garage wearing jorts. Please welcome People Magazine's sexiest rock star in the world, Mark McGrath.
Oh my!
Welcome.
Who is that guy? Sounds fascinating.
Doesn't he?
That's the greatest intro
You've done a lot.
I've
You've
ever
done
had.
so
You
much,
have
Mark.
done a lot.
30 years of showbiz, if you will. That was the greatest intro. I am touched. Thank
Wow.
you, ladies. It's
You're
an
welcome.
honor to be here, gracing
God.
this beautiful couch of yours. Thank you.
Well, we honestly are pretty. This is like the most excited we have ever been.
I mean, don't tell JC because
No, I saw the JC. I saw the Chris episode. You guys' excitement level is very high for them. Rightfully so. In sync. Come on.
But we were
Don't
Hello?
give them a straight male musician. It is
No.
going to be.
no, this is not good for us. Kelty and I like melts.
Oh, you guys
I will
seriously.
tell you. Okay, I'll start
You
with
forgot to qualify the sexiest rocker thing of 1998.
Doesn't
You know what,
matter.
Mark?
That's the only time it
I
mattered.
agree. Don't let semantics get in the way of this.
And also, you know what showbiz I'm really good at? I'm evil genius. I can make a bio scream.
That bio,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
phenomenal.
You can take this, and I'll be using it at Lady World.
I hope you do, because it's fantastic. I don't deserve that, but it was well written, well said, and the passion behind it, Kelty.
Thank you.
Phenomenal.
Okay, so I am 16 years old. I am making pizzas at Little Caesars Pizza in my hometown. We have one CD, and it's Sugar Ray.
Oh yeah.
And all I did was listen to Sugar Ray, and the boys, everyone dressed like you. Everyone had the beige dicky pant with the sneaker. Like,
And the wife respecters on.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, wife respecter. Yeah.
No more wife beaters. Wife
yeah,
respecters.
I love it.
when that was happening and you looked around the world, like, I think it's so interesting in the music business, like the breakout moment, you unfortunately have to be asked about it for the rest of your life. But like when you were looking around the world and you saw all the young kids doing your hair, your pants, wanting to be you, wanting to, like, every girl wanted you. Every girl wanted a guy that looked like, were you able to process it then? Or is it only now sitting back being like, I fucking was the GOAT?
You know, it's funny when you say that, like, do I feel bad talking about it or ever like explaining it? It's like, it was a dream come true.
Yeah.
How could you ever feel bad about, I mean, that was I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. You know, when you're in the moment, everything's are coming at you 100 miles an hour. Everything's a first, the first gold record, the first time, you're really on rotation on MTV, you're selling out venues. So everything is this incredible dream every day. And I was old enough, I was 29 when Fly hit. I was not a
You
young,
were?
Yeah, I was not a young man.
Oh.
As you can see, Father Time's hit me on every branch falling down.
Us too.
So I was a little bit more prepared to receive it a little smarter, not a lot smarter, because I made every mistake you could. But I saw some of my friends in like the hip hop bands and some of the metal bands of the late 80s kind of get that one hit, buy the house in the hills, and then 3 years later come tumbling down.
Yeah.
So that was my nightmare. I'm like, okay, I don't want to overspend. I want to save a little. This won't last forever. So I was cognizant of the reality, but so caught up in the dream at the same time. So it was everything, as I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
As I get more distance from it, I look back and go, that was pretty cool. That was really amazing. #1 songs that we wrote, a band that started in my mom's garage in Newport Beach, attained the biggest heights you could in the music business. It's incredible. And I'm grateful after all these years, I still get to do this. I'm doing a different level, a comfortable level. The hysteria is gone, but still people see me go, oh, there's a guy who still has frosted
The
tips.
hysteria is not gone.
No,
Well,
it's
you
not.
guys are very
It's
sweet.
not.
You're wrong.
But it's really fun talking to people and go, those are part of my life's memories.
Yeah.
If you're ever lucky enough to infiltrate people's life's memories, you'll have a career the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's nostalgia.
Yeah.
And to a lot of people, that's a bad word in the business. Well, I might wait till they hear my new stuff. No, I don't want to hear your new stuff. Just play the hits. you know?
Yes.
And that's where I come from.
Yes.
And that's what people on Pop 2K that we'll talk about. We all
Yeah.
come from that. We celebrate the hits. We're grateful every day for every one of these hits. And every time we play them like it's the first time you ever heard them. Because for many people, it is the first time.
Oh, I love that.
So, no, the whole thing was a dream come true moment. And it's kind of hard to really explain a dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just, every day, I'm grateful. So, yeah, it was an incredible moment. Everything was a bunch of firsts. And I was doing it with my friends, which was made even the cherry on top.
Are you guys still all friends, or did you have falling outs?
Of course we have falling out. Haven't you seen behind the music?
He's in a
stage
band.
4, and then they sue each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, no one's immune from that.
I know, it's
think,
horrible.
I think, we were a band. The original guys were together for 23 years.
How long were you like hustling as a band before Fly hit?
Probably a good 6 years.
Oh,
We
so you
started
were-
in 1988. I'm really going to date
Really?
myself. July of 1988
shit.
was our first gig we played. And we were a cover band. We just played covers. That was the aspiration. That was the goal. Let's play a couple of covers around a keg and get in the party for free. And that was it. And that's how we started. And the people's reaction made it be more and more, because I was born onto this earth to not do 3 things: sing, write songs, and play an instrument. I had no talent to do that. Some say I still don't. But I wasn't hearing it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I should be like a inspiration to anybody out there trying to do something. Because you're like, well, I really can't. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You just got to be able to take a lot of no's.
Yeah.
And you got your ego and your skin's got to be pretty thick, but you can do anything. So I think, there was never a chance of me saying, oh, I'm going to write #1 songs and sing them around the world. It was so foreign to me. The Beatles did that.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses did that. Tone Loc did that. Not me.
Yeah.
So we had to be pulled along the way. I had to be pulled along the way. And we made a video that my best friend McG, a guy named McG, who's he directed the Charlie's Angels movies.
Yeah.
You probably, girls love them. I love those movies.
Yeah, of course.
He did the OC. He's done a bunch of things, but he's been my best friend for over 50 years. And he said, "You guys kind of suck musically, and you can't really sing, but there's a visual thing."
Yeah.
And he was getting into
And it's Mark McGrath.
we were kind of in that fun Beastie Boys, like
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, hey kooky, like
Yeah.
quick
Yeah.
edit thing that became the staple of videos at MTV, because my friend McG that I'm talking about, he did Smash Mouth, he did Korn, he dominated the mid 90s, late 90s, early 2000s presence at MTV. So he was coming into his own muse, and we had a little physical, thing happening. So we put a video together. We had 2 original songs. One was called Lick Me, the other was called Caboose. So we took the least offensive title and made a video to that song, and we got a record deal. We got a record deal, a $1 million record deal off a video. And this is before the internet, and so information was slow moving,
Yeah.
so you could lie to record labels. And apparently, we're really good liars, and we got a record deal. So everything we had to do was something we had to catch up to where we were, if that makes any sense. But, you know, the goal to anybody who's ever picked up an instrument is to be a rock star. I don't care
of course.
what you say. It is.
Yeah.
That was Eddie Vedder's goal. That was everybody's
Yeah.
goal. And we were a band in the early 90s having fun. And the early 90s was dominated by grunge, flannel, like, I hate my mom. You know, we were like, party!
Yeah.
And the president of Atlantic Records goes, I don't know if this is even good, but the visual and the vibe of this band, the fun of this band is why I got into the music business, signed them. And so we got signed in 94 after being together for 6 years as a cover band.
That's so nuts.
Okay, so you get famous. You have the money, the fame, the TRL. Is there a story you can legally tell us about your Mark McGrath debauchery? Now, I know you're married, you're a daddy. I hear you sometimes because I think there's like a school thing that you play once a year. I can hear it up here, and I hear
apologize.
some Sugar Ray coming up from like the volunteer outdoor, like, you know, they're like, do you think Mark would play at the parade? And he's like, okay, for the kids' school, yeah. So, but pretend that they're not listening and take us back to like debauchery. Like, you're hot, you're the hottest rock star, you're People Magazine's sexiest rock star. You can hook up with any supermodel. Like, what were you doing? I want to know the most debaucherous story.
I was
Biggest
kind of a
rock
choir
star.
boy. You know, I didn't do anything. Huh?
Yeah.
Totally.
You know, and my wife, we've been together 30 years. She knows
So
all the
she knows.
stories. She laughs at it all. She laughs at it more than she'd be sitting here laughing with everything. You know, when you
Like kid in a
love
candy store.
Yeah. Thank you. You know exactly what I was saying. And so there was things available to you, like certain girls of that era around. I mean, you know, I like to leave things a little bit of mystery, and I know your audience would hate to hear anything just debaucherous or like not untoward or unseemly. But yeah, there were moments, man, you know, like my wife and I would take breaks. But here's the thing. My wife gave as good as she got. You know, she was, here's the thing. I met her. We signed our record deal in 1994 in February. And we moved from Newport Beach to Los Angeles. And as a, signed musician on Atlantic Records, I want my noble rights. I'm coming to Los Angeles to receive my just rewards. And there was a lot available then, So, but I met my wife 2 months after moving to Los Angeles.
Oh, bummer.
Met her at the Viper Room, too, of all things. Like,
really?
If any relationship was never going to not succeed, it was ours, So it was funny. And she was a model and running around the world doing her thing. So, like, we did everything we could to destroy this relationship. So, like, there was a lot of, like, infidelities and bullshit and things, just stupid things. Because I wasn't looking at my then girlfriend as someone I was going to marry.
Yeah.
And about 10 years after the insanity and just ups and downs and just not being very good together, I took a job at Extra in 2004, and I was looking around. I go, "Oh, you still here?" She's like, "You still here?" I go, "You want to really give us a real shot?"
Yeah.
So then we did, and it was good. But we had, there was debaucherous moments.
It's
for
very
sure.
interesting that worked out, because a lot of times, we met because we had the same ex-boyfriend who was also in a band. So we like.
Do I know him?
Do you know Panic at the Disco?
Yeah, of course. Brandon or the other guy?
The other guy.
It was the original guy.
And for all due respect, I should know the gentleman's name.
No, you're fine.
No. He was like one of the original guitar player. He's been gone for a long time.
No, but he's a really talented kid, this guy. Right? He's like a little boy-looking guy.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Good-looking
Yeah.
kid. Yeah, talented as hell.
Yeah.
Vegas guy, right?
You know what? You're being too nice now,
Vegas
Mark.
guy.
She lived with him in Vegas.
Here's the thing. You guys have the backstory.
We tried to date a rock star in his 20s at the height of his fame.
Well, then you know what my wife went through.
Oops.
Yes.
And it's funny thing is calling her my wife now. That's the crazy thing. She's
No,
got
but it's very
high
rare that
tolerance.
it.
Yeah. I mean, look, it just. You have like a rock star dream, and mine was what you think it was going to be.
Right.
And I wanted to achieve those heights, and so I did. There's,
But you have to, like.
I don't know if you have to, but I guess I'm weak. I don't know. I mean, and so there's things that like, I wish that didn't happen, but there's nothing that like I regret. But there was moments I wasn't as good to her now as I could have been. And that bums me out. You know what I mean? In retrospect, it does.
Yeah.
So talking about it, I don't mind talking about it a little bit. Because now we have a good life, the kids and all that. It's all good. But, there's moments where I wasn't the best boyfriend, certainly not husband in the world.
Now, what is
I didn't answer that question at all. You guys are so
No, it's
blunt.
okay. It's
Here's the thing, if you're
circumvented.
dumb enough to answer that question.
Yeah.
You're probably not married.
You alluded enough.
No, he said, I did it, but I'm not going to talk about it now.
I'm not saying names.
Well, I
Now,
respect
what-
the names. Are probably God. I can't believe I did
Yeah.
it with Mark McGrath.
What is the most cringeworthy thing you did in order to like have a cool image?
Oh my God. I don't think I ever achieved the cool image. I mean, you're talking to a guy who's ushered in frosted tips and still has them.
I would disagree.
I cannot believe you still have the same hair.
Here's the thing about the hair. Well, first of all, thank God I have hair. I mean,
Yes.
I was just sitting here admiring your head of
I think
hair.
it's sexy because it's like the mullet. It's
Well,
like a
I'm
little
going for
different.
a little fun. Just got some fun with
By
the mullet.
LADYWORLD, you're gonna have a
different.
full mullet.
It's a little bit of a mullet crack, and I'm thinking
And a
about
little bit of this.
A little bit of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little Oasis thing. I don't know what that
different.
is. And I'm thinking about straightening these to get a more full mullet look. But discuss amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
But the frosted tips thing, like I try to fight it a little bit at the peak. Cause like, that's so lame, the frosted tips. My thing is this, I've ushered in every lame fad ever in my life. Because in high school, I was a breakdancer. And then 6 months later, it was whack and terrible, and I was like ostracized being the breakdancer. Then I grew out a pump, and I'm a rockabilly guy now. Hey, so like I just followed these trends and stuff. So it's very natural for me to do these like lame, stupid things, and I've done a lot of them, and they're well documented. So in terms of being cool, I've never considered myself cool. I'm not cool. I'm a goofball. I do stupid things. I say dad jokes all day. I'm not cool. I've always tried to be cool. And if you try to be cool, you're not cool. It's got cool.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, she does all the
You
time.
guys are the coolest chicks in the world. And I say chicks affectionately. Do you know that?
We like chicks.
But the frosted tips thing about 10 years ago, I'm going to lean into the frosted
think it's
tips
smart.
thing.
Because when you hosted Extra, you did not have a frosted
No,
tip.
I didn't. And it's funny. There's Lisa G. You know Lisa
Yeah,
G?
of
You remember
course.
Lisa G? It's legendary in our business.
Yeah.
In our business. Like I'm part of your business. Somehow I fell backward into the Extra gig. We can talk about that. She didn't want any part of the frosted tip. She was, nope, I don't want any, no dyeing. You're going back to the original hair color. Blah, blah, blah. But about 10 years ago, I'm going to lean into the frosted tips because I think like if you go see Rod Stewart, and not to compare myself to a legend, you want the Rod Stewart hair. You know, so about 10 years ago, I'm leaning into every Sugar Ray, like cheesy thing I would do. And so
love it.
We're waiting about, the hip hop world's gotten hip to the frosted tips. So we're
true.
about 5 years away to like Coachella, frosted tips, Sugar Ray, main stage. But in 2004, getting back to the hair thing, I was working at Extra. And when you're on TV, as you know, you are the most vain human being who has ever walked the face of the earth. I'd be looking at myself on a Friday going, okay, it looks pretty good. And then I'd go to Vegas for the weekend and I'd come back and I'd see the show Monday. I go, oh my God, I'm bloated, too much salt, too much drink over the weekend. Oh my God, my hair's going back. Number 172 was leaving me. And so I went to a hair guy. And I go, listen, I'm panicking, I'm losing my hair, it's where all my powers are, what can I do? He goes, we'll give me a transplant right away. I go, that's a little aggressive, I don't know if I'm ready for this. This is 2004. He goes, all right, if you don't want that, there's a thing called Propecia, and it's a pill.
Yeah.
I'm not a paid spokesman, I do what you want to do.
You should be.
I'm just a guy who's had 20 years of experience with it. And I started taking Propecia, and I didn't lose a hair since then. Wow. It keeps the hair you have. For any gentlemen watching out there, or any women, girlfriends, wives that are watching, if you want your boyfriend or husband to keep their hair, get on it early. The problem with hair loss is guys, because it's such a sensitive topic, are the last ones to admit they're losing their hair.
I know.
The last
Yeah.
ones. So it's cool, man. Does this Trump comb over look cool? Like, yeah, it looks great. And then people are afraid to tell you, dude, you're losing your hair.
Yeah, I know.
And so get on it early is your best chance for success. And that's what Propecia did for me. But now, as I'm heading towards 60 with a bullet, it's starting to go back a little again. 172s hanging on with the string. 171's left the building. And so I think I'm going to get ready for that transplant thing.
Wow.
Got to keep the hair. Got to keep it.
You
Can't
do.
be a hypocrite. I got So you got to get on it early. So the hair, I guess, is what I'm trying to tell you, ladies, is where whatever powers I have
Yeah.
resides. And I get a good
Yes.
table because I have the hair. Like, oh, okay, come on.
It's so true.
Yeah.
I was at Cheesecake Factory yesterday. Come on in. Oh, yeah.
You're like, you want the corner
We've got the McGrath
right
table.
there.
Wow.
Free egg rolls from McGrath. Come
That's
on in.
exciting.
I know. How about a weekend with me? Huh?
Mark, what is a myth about stardom that everyone gets wrong?
A myth about stardom. I almost got caught in my veneers there. A myth about stardom that everybody.
Me too. We are the same.
You're the same person.
No, I think so.
This is wild.
Game recognized game. Stardom. I think that a myth about stardom or a peril of stardom. I think that's an interesting.
Like either way.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to be a star, and then you get the stardom, and you're like, oh.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I can answer that now that I thought about it for 5 seconds. Be careful what you ask for. And I say that meaning all the dreams I have. I want millions of dollars. A little flex there. I want like Gucci clothes. Right. I don't want the latest Mercedes. I don't want the house in the hills. I got all those things, and I'm getting in the clubs. You know, I was outside the velvet rope going, what's it like to get in the velvet rope?
Yeah.
Then I got the make the wave. You know, Sugar Ray's coming through. Giant heart. This is 99, mind you. Big Sugar Ray. 2008, that was gone. Yeah. And so just boom, going all that. Oh, this is amazing. Do you feel it? The myth about stardom is how empty it is when you actually get it. Now, I hate when people say that they completely have it, because there are wonderful, incredible things about stardom that are great. But if you think it's going to fulfill an empty soul, you have got problems. That's why everybody's on drugs, you know, booze or whatever it is. Because, you know, it's one of those things, careful what you ask for. Because I was up in the hills going, oh my God, I'm on my Rocher Bobois couch, spread eagle and a robe going, why aren't I happy? You know, my dogs. I was like, you know, I'm like, oh, I see, the journey's over.
Yeah.
Meaning the journey of like striving and trying to get something and then getting it and going, oh, I mean, that's all there is.
Yeah.
That's the most disappointing thing about, I guess, stardom is success. And I always say this, success in any industry is the second hardest thing you will ever achieve. And it is the hardest thing to achieve. The first thing is staying there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
because there's levels to this stardom success thing, you know, because we tried to be the Aerosmiths and AC/DC. We took a big shot at it. And we were a relevant band for 6 years, which is a lifetime in the music industry.
100%.
You know, an NFL career is 3 years, NBA 4 years. So 6 years in entertainment, rock and roll is a lifetime. So we got more than we deserved, but we tried. To stay there and be relevant and always be, you know, doing that thing. And it just didn't happen. So I'm like, oh, that's it. And then I was like, oh man, I'm kind of empty and this is it. And then I had kids and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm on a journey again. And then that's the dream now, to be a grandparent and all that. You know what I mean? So to be on a journey again is a gift from the gods. You know, but that I think about starting, careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
And have a good support system. If you don't have good friends, woo.
Yeah.
If you don't have good friends that can really tell you what an asshole you are or being, it's going to be a problem too.
Did you ever have anyone that was like Mark?
Oh yeah, my best friend McGee, I talked
Really?
to. Oh yeah, because you're really smelling yourself right now, aren't you? You're really feeling yourself. So
that's good.
He could say things to me without even talking to me. You know, if you want to get through life, get yourself a homie.
Yeah.
A real homie. And I tell my kids that every day because I was best friends. I have 14-year-old twins, a boy and a girl. And I was best friends for like 3 or 4 years at this point in my life, in their life, with the best friend. And I don't see them having that really best friend besides this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
the
But
phone.
I'm not a special parent or a shitty parent. Every kid is doing that.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that friend that can just check you and correct you, it's a gift. And also someone that you can just go through life with, the ups and downs, having kids, struggling, going to college, school. I mean, it is the most valuable thing I own, meaning that if you gave me $1 billion and said, I'm going to remove your best friendship with your pal McGee. You can never talk to him again. You can never have the memories again, but I'll give you $1 billion. I would not take it. Yeah, $2 billion.
Mitchie.
Yeah.
Kelty's
No, you know what I mean? It's just
literally
like,
thinking I would give up everyone I
Everything.
know for $1 million.
That's
Where you guys. That's where you guys.
And you lost me.
would you
We were
really-
the same. We were the same. And then no, because I hate people. But I
Well, so
I
do
get to
I.
keep my husband.
So do I. Well, the husband could be the best friend I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah,
But $1 billion is a lot of dough. You can buy a lot of husbands for that.
You
That's
could
so
buy a
true.
lot of
and new friends.
Okay. So Mark, you are coming to Lady World.
Yeah, I'm so
and
stoked.
Let's
to
talk about
Lady
Lady
World. Come on.
This is actually
You guys know how to throw a party, man. I'm telling you.
This-
All
Get
my
ready.
homies are going to be there. It's going to be so much fun.
Get ready.
Is
you.
Mitchie coming?
McGee?
Your friend?
He might come. Kidding. Lady World, you ladies? He's no fool. Come on.
So what, like, I think people are like, wait, they're doing what? So talk us through, like, you're going to get on stage and then do you have a playlist that you play? Do you know the songs that you already, what hits from the,
I'm pretty familiar with the Sugar Ray songs I'll be playing, for sure. So
Do you mean-
rest assured, but you know what's funny? I'm saying that. I forget lyrics still in my old
course.
age. So yeah, what we do is we all play our hits. It's what I was kind of talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You ladies are taking care of everybody. You're very kind to all of us, and thank you for having us at your party. Everybody, we all go out there. The people that are involved with Pop 2K know why we're there.
Yeah.
We're not there like we're here, ladies. Look how great we look. You're like, God, they look old as shit. You know what I mean? We're not there. We're there to deliver the songs as you remember them, as you want to hear them, so we can remember the old times. And make some new ones. And that is what this tour is rooted in. And it's guys that really like each other. Whether it's Chris is the greatest guy in the world.
So
I
nice.
love that guy.
Such a nice guy.
And I really became friends with him later in life. I'm glad I had the O-Town guys are phenomenal. They look better than they did back then, which
It's
is
crazy.
unnerving.
It's actually annoying.
Their shirts are all off. Like, hey, Mark, take your shirt off. I'm like, nope. Not enough Ozempic in the world, pal, for this guy. But it's just really fun. If you guys want to hear all the hits you're hoping to hear, without hearing, here's a new one, or any garbage you don't want to hear, you're going to be stoked. And we all go on, we kind of get out there and we have fun. And Chris is such a great, just genial host. That has a lot, and he talks about history and stories of NSYNC, and he's really forthcoming.
Yeah.
You talk to other guys like, hey, is NSYNC going to reunite? He's like, I really hope we do. The only problem is JC has this. He tells you the real deal.
Us.
He'll be like,
Like,
JC wants to stay home with his cats. And you're like, well, finally someone gave us the answer. And we don't respect that.
That's all you want. And he's so transparent. He's like, well, we're working on it. We'll see. Keep your eyes on our website. He's not that guy. He's just the greatest guy in the world. And Cabrera's going to be there, right? He's the greatest guy in the world. Only guy with better hair than me, right?
We'll see. We're going to do a hair off.
Wait,
He's still got all his.
Are you going to be like playing songs with them? Because I know, like,
No. What I do is we
You
do
do
your
your
own-
special
you
guest.
do your
He comes
own
out
thing.
in just Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
what
I'll be
I
playing
understood.
the Sugar Ray songs with the drummer. The thing is like the Pop 2K is a track show.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You guys know. You understand involved.
Yeah.
So
It's not a band.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's a thing for some venues, some like, there's a lot of, fairs and like taste of,
So great.
They play, and we're all grateful to play every one of them, and thank you. But some of them don't have the production, capabilities. So we'll go out there and we'll play to the tracks, and I bring a drummer. Because I just can't go out there by myself and be like,
acoustic.
right. I mean, I can if there's enough dough.
Little ska.
But I'm just kidding. But so I need a little bit of rock and roll on the drummer. So I do that. I think Ryan brings a drummer and guitar player as well. So there's definitely a live music component.
Yeah.
But it's also, you're just going to hear like the track. It just sounds great. Everybody sings their asses off. So no one's going in to do a medley with like a DJ and play half a song and all that. It's the songs that you want to hear them. And it's super, super fun. The greatest thing about this show you're going to see is the smiles. Oh, for us, if you're on stage, you see all the smiles. You see everybody go, oh, I remember that one. Oh, I forgot they did that one too. And it's just so great to like just really like conjure up all these wonderful memories and all these great songs. And I'm a fan too, so it's fun to watch all these guys.
It was interesting. Like when we were putting together Lady World, we had gone around town and like went to all the managers to try to get different artists. And we were like, okay, this is the budget. And like, who can we get? And we're like, okay, we could get this country person or this person. And we like they have a song that we love. And then we're like, and then you're going to listen to it was kind of like really difficult. And then we really figured out, I think it was Jack that was just like, we should just lean into the nostalgia of
I just had like an aha moment. I was like, what is one thing that like every single millennial woman loves?
Right.
And it's Pop 2K.
music of
Right, it's like the
That's
boy
it.
bands, the Pop 2K, that whole thing. It really defined the era.
Yeah.
100%. And we got a lot of hate. Actually, Mark, you'll find this funny. We got a lot of hate from the outsiders when we announced the lineup because you guys are playing Friday you guys are playing Saturday. Jack's husband is in an emo rock band called The Maine that has been around.
Oh, The Maine's gigantic, of course.
Very long time. And so we're doing like emo night, but all of our musicians are boys.
Yeah.
And girls were like,
I
so
didn't
you're
even
having
think
a lady festival.
They're like, it's Lady World. Why isn't everybody ladies?
didn't
And I was
even
like,
think about
have
that.
you ever met ladies? I just want to stare at hot
any
male
ladies?
musicians. Right. And I was like,
this is what the ladies
We want to
do.
see the men.
That's so funny. Here's the thing, ladies. If you're worried about what people say on
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're not.
I know you're not, because you guys run a very successful podcast and a wonderful program, and you have opinions. So if you have an opinion, you're going to get hate and vice versa. So welcome to the world. I've told my kids this, and I was really in tune with this at a really young age, okay? Half the people in the world are going to hate you for no reason, and half the people in the world are going to love you for no reason. They're both wrong.
Yeah.
It's your job to go out there and find out who the real people are. I tell my kids that every day, and I've known that forever. And that's where the good stuff is. If you don't have enough hate, you're not doing the right things. You're not. I mean, simply. And you're talking about a band who's a polarizing band. You know, if I look and I post something, I don't get enough hate. I don't even look at the positive. I'm like, okay, good. Okay, good. This is resonating. You know, so it's like
Hate me a little.
People are
Yes.
pissed. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and what's unfortunate is that the algorithms and like, dynamics and economics are generated by hate. Like it's a monetary thing. So I would be super bummed if you guys were like any decision making was informed by hate. Now, understanding and listening to people is fine if it's like a legitimate complaint, but like just hate for no reason. You know what I mean?
Would you ever, sorry to make.
But it is kind of funny though, not to have a lady. I didn't even think about that. I know. You couldn't even throw like sixpence none the richer in there. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
We looked into having Lisa Loeb because I was like, the only thing missing from Prop 2K is like that.
But we didn't want to cry. We wanted to dance.
but like,
we want it to be giddy around like
giddy and stupid. And like, I want to, even though our husbands are going to be there, we're going to put them in the back for this time. And I just want to like.
Don't let them out Saturday night.
I just want to pretend, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to
we
just
want to
reminisce.
pretend like we're like 15 years old. And like,
And that's like, I do think we talk about this all the time. There is an age where you stop wanting new music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God, that's well said.
It's really like.
You go into podcasts and AM radio. Yeah. You're so right.
And it's just like, there is an age. I think.
Why is that? You guys have talked about it. What's the consensus?
I think as this is mine, as I get older, I think that music resonates a little less for me
because
I'm not going through a breakup.
Yes.
I'm not going out and raging on a Saturday night. And a lot of music is a lot of that. So the thing that gets me in my feels is nostalgic music.
Yeah,
for sure.
You know, like
For sure.
remembering a time of your life.
Is that because you're so unhappy with your current life?
No.
I think it's the opposite.
Say that I'm serious.
No, like unfortunately, I'm not in a tumultuous marriage. So like, there's no music about being like
That's funny.
in like a really status quo relationship.
I love my husband. Imagine.
Yeah.
Well, and like also, I was like a big emo kid when I was younger, and
Yeah.
it's like now when I listen to emo music, I'm like brought back into that angst, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're
it
like,
just makes me feel something.
No one understands me.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny too? And I'm sorry to interrupt you. I tried so hard not to be the get off my lawn guy with music and my kids. A lot of music today sucks. I am sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm having an opinion, and you can say you're just old, and that's fine. Maybe that's it too for me. And I'm significantly older than you ladies. So also every now and then I hear like a Post Malone or a Drake song. Oh, that's great. There's a melody calling crazy, and it's not just going rock, 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 Versace, rock, 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 rip, rock, skate, scar. You know, it's not. And I'm like, and my kids. So I've got a real pipeline with my kids to the new stuff. I go, it doesn't resonate. So I think there does come a time where it just doesn't resonate anymore. And you're supposed to cycle out.
Yeah.
Look, a 57-year-old man is digging the new stuff. They're doing it wrong.
Right.
You know?
Do your kids think you're cool or lame?
They're so embarrassed by everything I do. I'm the drop me off 7 blocks away guy.
No.
Oh, yes. But you think I do that? I pull up with my Sugar Ray on 10 in the car. Come on in. Hey, come on. I just want to fly. Come on, kids. We're like, thank you.
Well, the adults, I mean, the parents probably love you.
Everybody loves it. The kids love it. My kids just want to go. Because I'm a prankster. I'm a joker. I like to have fun at all times. They're like, Dad, no. We're picking up, whoever. And we're going to be cool. And you're going to be cool. So I embarrass them. I
can see you doing that.
There's an inner pride, I think. And they understand now that like what I did was pretty cool. You know what I mean? If I'm going to just kind of big up myself a little bit. Because I'm the first one to make fun of me. I'm the first one to make fun of my band. I've been doing it for years. So much so that my band's like, dude, can you stop doing it? You're really good at it.
Successful, dude.
Really, 1459, you're really good at it. But I'm also the first to go, man, that was cool. Wrote a couple number ones. I still hear them today. Get to go to LADYWORLD. Come on, what's not to like? So I think that some of the things, also when we're backstage, a stagecoach, and they get to meet Young Gravy and, Chapel Roan, they're like, oh, Dad, you did do something. Like, I told you. I was like Justin Bieber without the Bieber, though.
You really were. You were the ish. Okay, I want to do a quick rapid fire. We could keep you here all day, but...
And a rapid fire is just one word or multiple words?
Well, I called it Rockstar Rapid Fire, which now I realize sounds lame, but it's just a quick
it's
rapid
perfect.
fire. Here we go. You're going to answer it like very fast. Okay, here we go. First concert you ever went to?
Adam Ant and the Go-Go's.
Oh.
Most embarrassing song on your playlist?
I don't live in that world. I love all my music. I'm in Sugar Ray. There's nothing embarrassing for me.
One word to describe your hair in the 2000s.
Perfect.
Wait, can I ask a question about the hair?
Huh?
I have one more question about the hair. We're talking about hair. Were you inspired by somebody else's frosted tips, or did you create the frosted tips?
Wonderful, wonderful question. And there's a good story behind it. And the person that inspired this is no longer with us and would be horrified if he knew he inspired this thing. So Scott Weiland.
Oh, yeah.
Some incredible artist, like the David Bowie of our time. So he was doing a gig at Madison Square Garden, probably 95, 96. And he had this black suit on, this guy was a style maven. He knew how to wear a suit and just so charismatic. Pinstripe suit, perfectly tailored. And he had black hair with just a little skunk thing right here.
Oh, yes, I remember.
So sexy, so cool. Like, challenging my sexuality. I'm like, this is so rad. and I had a friend who was going to beauty school at the time. And the night before the Fly video, I want to get that hairdo that Scott Weiland has.
Oh, shit.
The black with the one skunky do, and that's it.
Yeah.
So my buddy comes over and he brings a case of beer. First problem, right? We start drinking it and he starts doing my hair and it's really burning and it's all over and my scalp is burning and I'm like, dude, you got to take this off. And we're slamming beers. He goes, drink another beer. It won't hurt as much. And like, I go, oh my God, I'm burning. Why is it burning so bad? And then we finally finish the hair. I look it up and it's the hair you see on the Fly thing. There's patches here. It was a gigantic mistake. He blew it. My band's like, you ruined the video. The Atlantic Records is like, you messed up. Oh my God. And I go, what can I do? We were shooting the video 6 hours later. We'd stay up all night drinking the whole thing. You could see I'm a little tired in that video. And so the hairdo was a gigantic mistake from my drunken beauty school dropout of a friend. Turned out to be this iconic hairdo that people would go and give me the Sugar Ray. You know what I mean?
I love
it was like the Rachel from Friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not that radical, but there was a little bit of that at like hair salons around the world.
Every man I made out with in high school had your exact hair.
Yes.
For sure. Okay, if you could trade lives with any current musician, who would it be?
That's really a good question because I'm kind of fulfilled in mine, but there's people I certainly admire. I mean, it would be Paul McCartney.
Just
No
Paul.
big deal.
No big deal. Yeah, I think so too.
Also because I say this because Paul McCartney, and I've had the pleasure of being around him a few times, like just legendary dude and a legendary guy when you meet him. He'll walk into a room and not meet anybody, but make everybody in there feels like they met him. And this is from being a Beatle for 60 years.
Yeah.
He'll walk in, and he'll make it very clear, I see you, I love you, thank you, sit down to a dinner. Not one person, this is Paul McCartney, who people get stupid around him.
Yeah.
It's by one shot, I don't care. He'll just makes everybody in just the most graceful manner in the world. So he's such a good person and a musician. I'm turning this rapid fire rockstar thing into the longest, tumultuous
Stay all day,
deal.
Mark McGrath. Stay until September. Okay, last thing you Googled.
That's funny.
Who's the LadyGang?
Yeah.
That's almost, but it was
Second to last.
when you guys first asked me to be a part of this, I was not, I will admit.
That's okay.
I'd love to
No,
say.
it's fine.
No, it would be weird if you did know.
Familiarize
It would be
myself.
It would be
strange.
super weird.
Right.
You're not our people unless
Yeah,
we're
you're definitely not our
gawking over
demo.
That's
you.
really funny though, and easy hang. So you are my people for
Aw,
sure. But
thank you.
again, I'm honored to be here. Totally.
Okay, rapid fire.
The
Last thing.
LA punk rock gangs in the '80s. That was the last thing I googled.
Oh.
What is one thing that Karin roasts you about?
He's like, it's Alexa.
Oh my God, where do we begin? I just wake up being roasted. You know, she just like, what did she do yesterday? She's an esthetician, so she works a lot on the weekends. She's like, oh, you're not gonna Uber Eats some fast food again, are you? I go, no, I'm gonna cook them a nice thing because I'm not a chef.
Right.
And I go, you're gone. I'm gone. What do you want me to do? That's all I know how to do. So like the Uber Eats on a Sunday fun thing. She likes to go, oh, and taking my daughter to the mall. Do not buy any more bath gel at Bed Bath and Beyond or what's it called? The
Bath and Body Works?
Yes. Yeah, she goes, she's got everyone, and I so that's she roasts me.
I love that girls are still shopping at Bath and Body Works.
too.
14-year-old girl just like crushing all the smells in there.
Great.
I
Gina
love
Carano,
Caprice.
baby.
Okay. Last thing. Before you hit it, what was the worst job you ever had?
Being a laborer on a construction site.
Ooh,
But I bet you were so hot. You were like
know.
that Fifth Harmony work from home video. It was Mark. You don't have to go to work. He's like in his hard hat. It's
so
like this is
funny.
a fever dream, actually.
I was shirt off, kind of flexing in the windows. I was going
You're
by.
like 10. You already
I
had a few
did.
tattoos.
I didn't have any. By the way, this is probably 1980s. I got my first tattoo in '88. So this is by 86, 87. So I was just like flexing my little like surf shoulders. I was feeling myself a little bit, and I would pose in these like little window mirrors with someday to be on stage. Like, I would even like,
You're dreaming it.
Yeah, totally.
That's why I get so mad. Like the Oscars just happened. When I watch the Oscars and these people go up and they have to write down their speech, I get so angry because I was like, you don't deserve to be famous if you haven't been practicing this in the mirror in the shower since you were 15.
You're so right
if you don't, Mark McGrath has his Grammy speech ready. Do you know what I mean? And he's had it ready since he was 20.
And I have a depressing Grammy story now that you bring it up. Thanks a lot.
Okay, let's end on
Please
that.
tell.
Yeah.
In 1999, Sugar Ray's on top of the world. Okay.
You're such a good storyteller, by the way.
I know. I love telling the
Did you
stories.
write a memoir yet?
No, because the memoirs I like are very salacious and they show you where all the bodies are buried.
Yeah, that's what we want.
And I've read every one and I know what makes a good one. Not saying I'm not going to, but
You're not ready yet.
Just maybe my kids get 18, then we'll like worry about that. Because it'll be what you were asking earlier and I will lay it out.
Yeah.
We need it.
I will
We need
deliver
it.
the goods.
Yeah.
99, every morning, #1, again. Going around the world, touring, opening for the Rolling Stones. We were cracking. That was the TRL every morning. And that was probably, the viewers at home probably think Sugar Ray's peak era was. So the Grammys are being announced, okay? Now, it's customary for when they bring an artist down to announce the Grammys, and for Best Pop Rock Duo.
You're going to get a Grammy.
You're going to get nominated. Guess who's going down to read the nominees?
They've asked you, so you're like, you're
going down.
Oh, shit.
Just like, I partied the night before. It was so exciting. Best pop rock duo for sure. Maybe there's going to be more. So I go down, there's Usher, there's Chili from TLC, all these just huge superstar, incredible artists. Going to receive their flowers, and I'm right there with them going, hey, here we go. This is the big time. And so we start doing the nominees, and they go, Best Pop Rock Duo, we're not in that one. And that was the one that our shot was in. And they go, Smash Mouth for All-Star. And I went, is there a gigantic mix-up?
Mistake?
Because people have mistaken Smash Mouth and Sugar Ray for years. There's a simpatico there.
Yeah.
We were kind of the same age, one of the first tour together.
Yeah.
Our singles always seem to be on the charts at the same time. So did someone just really F this up? And they read all the categories, and I'm reading the last one, and it's country artist.
Oh my God.
And so I read the artist, and I go, oh my God, we're not nominated. Oh my God. And so now you got to walk a press row, and they're going to talk to you. And I'm walking down there going, oh my God, I'm just stunned and shocked. And that was a lesson of don't expect, don't assume ever in your life anything. And I walked down, and the first guy, I think it was from E or something, and they were like, so Mark, how does it feel to be the first one to read nominees and not be nominated?
Oh my God.
And in my ultimate wit, I was like, I can't even tell my mom it was just nice to be nominated. I felt a good one. And
even if you lose the Grammy.
I made a joke of it, and I was so hurt.
Oh.
And and ever since then, you guys, everybody that reads nominees is nominated.
Okay,
And
no
I just
way.
think there was a mix-up at the office
supposed to be
that
nominated.
Smash Mouth, Sugar Ray, and you would think in a million years, how could someone, miss that? And the Grammys of all things, but they're just human beings doing these things. So that is the only thing I can attest it to.
Oh my
but
God.
that's my Grammy story. So I can't even say it was nice to be nominated.
No. Wow. But I'll tell you
Smash Mouth
something.
can.
They didn't win, did they?
Yeah. Well,
No, they
guess
didn't
what?
win.
I actually watched something. I want you to feel peace in your heart, because when I was a baby reporter, I was working on a show called The Insider, and it was on CBS. And
Yeah, of
CBS
course.
had the Grammys, and my assignment was to fly to Nashville for the Grammys. They used to do a TV special, the Grammys nomination concert.
Yeah.
And the year I did it was Fun, LL Cool J, and Luke Bryan. And they had Luke Bryan on stage, and he sang 4 songs. It was his breakout year. It was the same thing.
Sure.
And then in between the songs, they come out and read the nominations. And he didn't get nominated for
Oh, he
anything.
didn't either?
Nope. And they had him in Nashville performing his songs, and the whole team was like, exactly. I was like, when you're telling the story, I was like, oh my God, they do this all the time.
Did you interview him before the nominations?
No, it was like, it was before. I was like, oh
Was
my
he
God.
like, yeah, I'm really excited?
No, he was like, I'm just so excited to be here, and I'm so excited.
wink,
the
wink.
Grammys asked me to perform.
I wonder how they're gonna nominate me. I can't wait.
Like, he was really excited, and then the whole night went through, and like everyone in the room was like, "Wait, that's so up,
Yeah.
like because he was performing and everything. I mean, listen, he's fine. He's playing stadiums. Like he's
Yeah, he
okay.
did all right for himself.
But like,
and I think he's been nominated since then.
of course,
Yeah.
but it's just like, that's such a weird
You know,
thing. I think they really don't know. They assume they know, maybe the bookers for these types of
Maybe
things.
that's true. And I should probably do some more research because at the time, I was the only one who'd never.
No, you're the trendsetter. Frosted tips,
Right.
Grammy, no Grammy.
Every crappy trend I start, and I'm happy about it. I
You're like,
stand on
Luke
it.
Bryan, you're welcome. I'm going to actually add this to your epic bio. Losers for breakfast.
There you go. Please do that. I accept all those.
All right. If you're in love with Mark, which you are, go stream all the Sugar Ray songs. Also,
Hell yeah.
you can follow him at The Real Mark McGrath on Instagram and all the socials. And you can see him at Lady World with O-Town, Ryan Cabrera, LFO, Chris
BB
Kirkpatrick
Mac.
from NSYNC, BB Mac, which,
Yeah.
woo! We're so excited. We're going to toast backstage. We're going to have so much fun on the beach, and it's going to be amazing. And Mark, it was a dream for you to be here.
Yes. I'm
Thank
honored.
you for
Thank you,
coming
ladies.
to my house.
Pleasure.
And for your service to our youth
Yes.
and present day.
Thank you for caring.
I never want to
my God,
grow
we
up.
love you.
I just want to love Sugar Ray and your Frosted Tips forever.
So sweet.
We won't
guys.
grow up.
We get to see me at Lady World, and I'm honored. And thank you guys. The show's so much fun.
Will you wear a shirt
guys
with
are
our
so much
face on
fun.
it?
Thank you.
We can't wait.
Okay, we
Super
will.
grateful.
See you next Tuesday.